And I'm back. So let me just give a quick recap before I jump right in. About a week ago, I decided that it was a great idea to take you guys on a dating journey with me, just to give a little perspective from the man's point of view. And I thought it might be entertaining and I thought it might be educational. And it's going to motivate me to actually get out there and test the waters again. But before I get into all of that, I feel like it might be best to kind of give an idea of my mindset right now as it pertains to dating. And, I feel like that might be important because it'll explain a lot of the ways I function or a lot of the ways that I go about some of the things that I think you're going to see as I dive into this thing. So yeah, as of right now, if I'm being completely honest, I think the relationship boat has sailed for me, and the times that we're living in right now, I think that that's going to be most people's reality in the very near future. And I don't want to be negative. I understand that I also play a role in this. I'm also to blame, at my stubborn age of 38. There's a lot of shit that I'm not going for. And quite frankly, there's a lot of shit that women are not going for these days, including some of the shit that I'm on. So just bear with me. Um, and let's just try to have some fun. I do think my biggest problem is that I've had the opportunity to experience peace at such a high level, like over the past 3 months. I've just been doing whatever I want to do, and everything has just been flowing so smoothly. There's a lot of benefits to just focusing on yourself and handling your business and chasing your goals and all that. But I always like to leave the door open a little bit, so I don't want to be completely negative. There is a chance that I'll end up in a relationship again. I'm not foolish enough to just close the door on that completely, but it most definitely would have to be a very special situation. And once again, I don't even know if that situation exists. But the great thing is, it doesn't cost me anything. You know, I still get to do whatever the hell it is that I do every day. But as long as I'm approaching women or pursuing women and allowing them to be around, or we're spending time together whenever time permits outside of business. If a bond grows and we catch lightning in the bottle, then, I'll know what to do when that time comes. But until then, I'm going to enjoy life. I feel like my dating strategy, anyways, everybody has their own strategy. I'm not one of those microwave dudes that's just gonna see a woman and be attracted to a couple of the things on the surface and dive right in. I'm wise enough and I've experienced enough to know that you don't really know somebody until you do your due diligence, and even then you still might get some surprises down the road. So I'm fully aware of that. Unfortunately, I kind of expect that. So I do have my triggers. I do have my trauma. Most people say that I should probably completely heal from some of those things before I move on to do what I'm attempting to do now. But I feel like certain traumas is gonna stick with you forever. So I'm just gonna carry that baggage with me. I know that I'm not for everybody, and everybody is not for me. Once again, I'm not out here to play no games with anybody, to waste anybody's time. I'm not here to block your blessings by trying to, take up your time when you could have been out pursuing your Mr. Right or whatever you want to call them. So I try to walk this tightrope of engaging enough, but not doing too much. And that's what I'm gonna be attempting to do. But like I said, even if I come across somebody who seems to be cool, and I know everybody be like, "Oh yeah, dive on that," and yeah, you should be. No, I'm not. I'm not moving at nobody's pace. I'm moving at my own pace. I do feel like, regardless of what role I play in any woman's life, at a bare minimum, I'm not going to be taken from what they already had before I came along. I feel like I bring positive energy into anybody's life, and I feel like I'm gonna do more good than bad, even if it is just putting a smile on somebody's face here and there throughout this process, or giving them some things to think about. And maybe I'll learn some things myself during this process. I'm gonna be heavily relying on your, I don't want to say your opinion, but some of y'all suggestions as I pursue. Women know how they want to be pursued, so I feel like with y'all support and with y'all, kind of adding your 2 cents here and there, and me implementing it on what I'm doing, how I'm doing, when I'm doing it, it should open some eyes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's tough out here on everybody. But I kind of view relationships at this point right here. I kind of view relationships how a woman might view having a baby. Let me explain. So, you understand that if you want to have a baby, for whatever reason you might want to have a baby, you understand that that's going to be life changing. You understand that once that baby is in this world, it's going to be about that baby. Your whole lifestyle is going to change in the sense of your sleep patterns, your ability to move around freely, just a whole plethora of things. But we all still, including myself, I have a daughter, but we all still somehow find a way to want it. And we have this way that we envision it being, until you bring that baby home and realize, like, yo, this shit ain't all fun and games, So that's kind of how I view a relationship, where it's like, okay, the idea of a relationship is cool, you know, my idea of a relationship. But once you enter said relationship, you understand that there's compromise, you understand that there's sacrifice, you understand that you have a job and it's work and it's, not all fun and games. So it will change your lifestyle. You will have to make it a priority and so on and so forth. And, at this stage, I don't know if I want more kids for that exact reason. Or if I do have more kids, it's going to be because I'm financially stable and I'm in a great place, and that I'm going to have the necessary help and team to make that process a lot easier than I remember it being. So to bring that back to a relationship, I'm not so willing to give up so much of myself these days, and that's probably what's going to make it hard. That's probably what's making it hard for all of us, to be honest. But I'm not willing to give up too much of myself anymore. I've done that in the past, and there's a certain level of unhappiness. Some might argue that's not the case if you're in love. I'm not really that much of an emotional guy, so I probably don't experience that how you guys experience that, so I can't lean on that. It really just has to make sense for me. I'm more so, I guess you would say my love language, it would be acts of service, in the sense of, what are you going to contribute to my movement? And at this stage, the only thing that I really would want is somebody that's resourceful, somebody that's knowledgeable about business and can actually add to the movement that I have going right now. I wouldn't necessarily call that love, but what is love really? I don't know if love is a cookie cutter thing of ingredients that, you know, fits for everybody. I think that love for me is just being able to appreciate somebody so much for what they do or the role they're playing in my life that you know, I really enjoy having them around to the point where I don't feel complete without having them around. And that might be my version of love. That might be love in general, who's to say? But I'm not gonna drag this video out. I just wanted to give y'all a quick idea of how my mindset is coming into this thing. I'm not super eager to make it happen. I'm not, I will pursue because that's my job as the man to pursue, but I will not chase. I will not put up with any stuck up attitudes or any cockiness or delusion. I just, those are quick triggers for me. I don't like dealing with super needy people, especially in the beginning stages. Like, I feel like there shouldn't be any real expectations or obligations for me as a guy that you just met. You know, obviously I want to be respectful and I want to make sure that I'm not doing nothing off the wall, but live your life. You had shit going on before I came along. I have enough sense to know that if I'm the guy that you just met, that I'm not a priority in your life just yet. There's guys that you probably had around before me that you are more interested in because you have more time in with them. You have your life, you have your kids, you have your job or career. I don't expect to make the cut every day being a guy that you just met, and all I'm asking for is the same thing in return. I have shit that I'm more focused on. Give me the chance to like you how you might like me if that's the case, you know. Give me some time, you know. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put me first because ultimately that's what I have at the end of the day when all else fails is me and my own efforts to give myself the most freedom or opportunities in life. So that's kind of my mindset, and I'm sure that you'll see it play out as I begin to interact with people. I want you guys to actually see me interacting, and I'm trying to figure out a way to display that without coming off as like super corny or like I said, doing too much, I guess. And I don't even know if, as it pertains to the dating apps, if I'm even allowed to show like profiles and stuff on my page. You know, I might end up getting the boot, but I'll make that sacrifice for you guys. And then as far as getting feedback from the actual woman that I might be kicking it with, it might just be a situation where I have to let them know what I'm up to and hope that they're willing to just play along with it. I don't really want to do anything without them knowing that I'm doing something. And I've really been giving it a lot of thought over the past couple of days on how I'm gonna do that. And then with my work schedule, I'm like, damn, why did I commit to do this thing? I kind of wanted to back out a couple of times, but I said what I said, and I think the purpose is good enough. So without making the video go longer than it already has, I'm excited. The first little video that I posted a couple days ago, it don't look like it did much, but I'm able to see how many people viewed it, and it was over 1,000 people within 24 hours. So while they might not show that they're interested, there's definitely a lot of intrigue when it comes to this. And then also, I think that I might avoid interacting with anybody local for obvious reasons. I don't want to be triggering anybody or having anybody knocking on my door and finding out the hard way that that's not a good idea. So, you know, I don't want to ruffle no feathers, so I might just, you know, take this show on the road, and the ultimate goal is to find happily ever after. you know, or make a couple good friends and have myself a good time in the meantime. And like I said, I spend a lot of time to myself, and I honestly enjoy it. I can't lie. So to open up and bring other people into my world is something that I'm having a hard time doing right now. But I'm gonna do it because, like I said, this whole idea is exciting to me. So let's do it. I'll talk to y'all real soon.